Welcome back to the show. You're going to love what we got for you today. XRP too big to fail. Gensler likely to resign. Oh my God, we got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, the market is flat at $2.55 trillion for cryptocurrency. We see 66,800 plus for Bitcoin, 3,400 plus for Ethereum, 113.8 billion plus market cap for Tether. XRP is now jumped up 2 spots to the number 6 spot. We're up 4% on the 24 and up 14.6% on the 7-day at 60 cents. USDC market cap 33.8 billion as they slipped in number 7 spot with XRP. And we see the range of price very quickly between 58 and 62 cents. We're going to keep an eye on it. Things are getting exciting, ladies and gentlemen. And so is this. I want to tell everybody right here, Cerebras is one of those ones out here. Artificial intelligence, I tell you what they've done. They're saying that if you think NVIDIA has set the world on fire in the AI world, you haven't seen anything to what's about to happen with Cerebras. They filed their S1 to go public, and I want to tell you right now, I just got a bag of Cerebras yesterday, and I'm super excited that I picked it up before they actually go public. And you can too. Because this is a home at link2.com for the best private equity in the world. If you have not clicked the link below, I want you to understand a few things. 1, you have to be an accredited investor. 2, you probably are and don't even realize it. Click the button, sign up and register, and find out within 3 to 4 minutes if you do qualify. And if you do, the opportunities are absolutely remarkable. And if you don't, then sit down and close the gap. Figure out where you are, what you need to do to be accredited, and start to figure out what you can do to close that gap. Because private equity is one of the most incredible opportunities in the world. And it is the U.S. government that keeps us all from being able to have access to it. The little secret that you'll want to know is Link2 is doing more than any other private equity offering firm in the world to bring it to every person they can within the legal requirements. And that's why they have the best, most affordable minimums and the best available products to offer. No question about it. Well, it looks like Jim Cramer strikes again. His quote, Joe Biden will stay in the race, no doubt. Now, sure, this was tongue-in-cheek, somebody having fun with it. Everything Jim Cramer says, you could do the opposite and you're going to fare better for it. That's what we're seeing here. The inverse Cramer strikes again because we know that Biden has dropped out of the race. More on that in a second. But Donald Trump's appearance at Bitcoin conference in just a couple days here, ladies and gentlemen, in Nashville has a clear message. The content of the conference is more important than the location. There are enough single-side issue voters out there to make a difference for Trump, and I'm one of them. You can bet your bottom dollar. Now I'm a 2-issue voter after what they tried to do to him the other weekend. I'm 2-issue voter. Yeah, not going back now. Biden is out. The letter officially released yesterday. I think we all saw it coming. Joe Biden has dropped out of the race. The pressure from the Democratic elite, the corporate media, and billionaire donors have pressured Joe Biden to drop out of the race. All efforts are driving behind the vice president, Kamala Harris, right now. I think we all know what a joke that is. So we will stay in tune for more. The reason I want to show you this is because in that same lockstep of the announcement of Biden saying he will not seek re-election, we see here that the Digital Chamber has penned a letter to Vice President Harris urging her to take a forward-looking approach to digital assets. And the letters call on her to include pro-crypto language in the Democratic Party platform, choose a crypto-friendly running mate, and start engaging with industry leaders. Again, as I've said, their only hope to get any attention now is to actually work very diligently to pass the FIT 21 Act under their administration so they can take credit for it. Because if they don't, Trump surely will. Then we see this. SEC Chair Gary Gensler tipped to resign in 2025 after Biden has announced his exit. And I say, pack your stuff, Gary Gensler. This is a great idea, not a good idea. Get out of here. Because you taught something very different at MIT to the world's coveted. Right? And you're doing something 180 degrees completely different than once you were put into the SEC. For who? The big banks? And here we see this. First mover America's Bitcoin settles above 67,000 after Biden announces he's dropping out of the race. This will tell you what the market thinks of him, right? I'm telling you, we're going to talk about some things at the end of this video. Look at this. Have you ever, I don't know of any other time if this has ever happened in the history of the SEC. 7 individual United States have filed an amicus brief against the regulatory overreach of Gary Gensler's SEC. The states collectively are questioning the SEC's authority, claiming that Congress has not given the agency the power to regulate crypto. We go into those states, and they're your flyover states, but I love them all the same. Arkansas, Indiana, Kansas, Montana, Nebraska, and Oklahoma are the ones that submitted and support the amicus brief, arguing the SEC's autocratic rule is hindering the country's efforts to maintain its crypto lead. I tell you, this is what it's been. These people, this administration is a cancer on America becoming a leader in the fourth industrial revolution. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse predicts SEC settlement soon. I think he predicted a ruling soon and not a settlement. However, it is exciting to know that we are in that window, that 60-day window, ladies and gentlemen, where any day now we could get the ruling from Judge Annalisa Torres. Now, how exciting is that? I think it's super exciting. And even if the ruling is just favorable to Ripple, that they pay some fine and they get to go on out the gate, I'm sure that the SEC, obviously proving time and time again that they have no integrity whatsoever, would appeal, and then it would go on to appeal, right? But that wouldn't stop Ripple from doing what? Launching their stablecoin with a favorable ruling and or settlement. One or the other. And Ripple launches the stablecoin somewhere around Q3, right? Before or after, give or take. So we get the favorable ruling and or settlement in the SEC versus Ripple. Launch of the stablecoin. At the same time, we know in a couple days we're going to see Ethereum spot ETFs launched. There's also a huge push by the VCs that ran from Ethereum on over to Solana, which is a network that goes down more than my ex-girlfriend did. And now they want a Solana ETF. The VCs will probably get their way. But look at what's happening. And at the same time, while all of this is unfolding or has unfolded, the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, announces they're going to list XRP on its indices reference rate for institutional use. A little like rolling a rocket out to the launch pad, isn't it? Then imagine we get the Fit 21 bill, whether it's the Democrats getting their self together and trying to muster some kind of moxie before the election, and they push the legislation through to try to win some voters back to their side, or whether they do nothing and Trump gets it done with his ticket with Vance on top of it. We're going to get that legislation because the reality is such as this. The new digital world cannot operate properly without a few things. 1, legislation. 2, custody. And what did we just learn? NASDAQ is using Ripple partner Zodia Custody. Come on in. Then the other key important components to the legislation going through. Defining stable coins. Not just because stablecoins are pegged to dollars, fiat dollars. No, no, no. But because central bank digital currencies and stablecoins, which can be pegged privately issued to dollars, fiat money, but also stablecoins can be stablecoins that represent barrels of oil, bars and ounces of gold, fractional amounts of gold, oil, silver, copper, you name it. These instruments are the very tokenized instruments that will allow and become the vehicles for value transfer, where XRP really shows up in the long tail of benefit is on the back end of making these pairs like never before. XRP has a chance to do what it's always been designed to do once all of those things that I just said are in place, I believe. My opinion. And when we get those things, especially the launch en masse of CBDCs for the countries who choose to go that route, or stablecoins for the countries who choose to go that route, hello US, this is where you'll begin to see the effects of XRP serving the market on the back end as a bridge asset, making the best settlement pairings without forcing people to use it, but using it where it can be serving best because it always gets the privilege of being looked at first as the best option and then it gets looked at first and the best option's always chosen. So the deeper the markets are, the more we have these vehicles for value transfer like stablecoins and CBDCs, then the deeper we can see XRP go to reach its ultimate destination. That's what I really do understand. And that's why we're waiting for that stable coin. I believe we got to have the case. We got to have the case ruling, and I think we can get it, right? And then we'll see from there. Here's what the charts are looking like. This is where you can see looks like a little mini breakout. XRP fractal 2017. So far, so good. Looks like history's rhyming at the very least, if not repeating. Because if it repeats, it's about to look like this very soon. And nobody's going to be upset about that. Here's another chart. Block Bull says we're looking at 500% gains within the week. How about that? 500% gains within the week. That's pretty amazing if that happens. Block Bull, if you pull that off and that happens, that would put us north of $3, by the way, at the current price. So if you pull that off, Block Bull, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to celebrate you from a mountaintop. And then here's a call that we could even see $30 to $50 based on looking at different things like Fibonacci levels, cup and handle, and Elliott waves. All are suggesting a big move to this technical analyst as well. We don't know what will happen, but I'm just glad that we're all here to find out together. This has been one hell of a journey, and it looks to me, to be honest, like it's about to have chapter 2. Chapter 1 has been before legislation. Chapter 2 will be after we have legislation and this case be over, whether it has to go to the Supreme Court or through a settlement. And I couldn't be more excited about all of it. DigPerspectives.com. You can join us, Freedom Zone, or you could join the DPMG and get the Freedom Zone for free. If you're interested in learning how to use automated market makers on the XRP ledger, we're doing that right now. We have an entire series on the different options that are available and how to take advantage of them, and so much more, as well as an incredible, remarkable mastermind community with incredible resources with all of these brilliant people surrounding you, and no rhetoric and nastiness that you find on social media. Just like-minded people that are looking to create, build, and maintain and protect their wealth. That's what we're doing in there. Click the link to join us. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.